Hello, it's Matty G again. It's another quick surprise stream for you. This is a quick map tour of the Chainsaw Valley. I haven't really done much forestry myself, but we'll have a quick look at it. It looks like a nice looking map, and we'll see what it's all about. It's probably not for everyone. We're going to jump straight in with our character. I've got it on the new farmer mode. So first things first, is we're going to jump on top of here and access the map. So here's the map. Here we are in the farm. There is a little farm. You do start off with a little farm. You start off with exactly this. Field 14, field 23, a bit of land here where your house is on. There are some fields dotted about. As you can see, I think there is 20... I was going to say 24, but I think it's only 23 fields. 23 fields in total. So there's 23 fields in total already on the map. And they range from teeny tiny slithers to smallish long ones. Oh yeah, I don't know how to describe them really. It's not a map focusing at all on farming. That's kind of like a side piece to it. It is very much a forestry map. Now there are some problems with this map. There are certain production chains that you haven't got within base game. We'll have a quick look at those now. So for example, we go all the way down. Bear in mind it is a forestry map. You can sell wood and you can create planks. But you cannot sell either. The same with pretty much everything else. Everything else, pretty much. Yeah, it's a bit of a contradictory map, but you know, you place your own ones down. Not a big problem. You know, Johnson's Farmers Market seems to be pretty much the sell point for everything. Yeah, so you've got the sawmill. You can sell your wood. You can create planks there. As you know, is what it is. You can add what you need to add. It's a nice little one for building on. Not a problem there. This isn't a map tour like you would normally see on YouTube. This is one where you can be interactive. So if you've got any questions, pop them down in the chat room. We'll try to answer them the best we can. We have the chat up as long as the internet holds. So here we are at the home. You have a little house with apparently no sleep trigger. Interesting. Just run round, make sure. Okay, that's bizarre. Maybe I've got the trigger. There you go. I have the triggers off. I'm getting the sleep trigger. Yeah, there. The sleep trigger's there. So there we go. Made me look a fool. So yeah, if we open up the first shed, you've got some of your equipment here already. The Dutzwarts, however you want to say it. The top liner. It's become 22's standard starting piece of equipment. It is what it is. I mean, it's better than the 19 starting one, but yeah, I'd probably sell that straight off and go for the Cloth Dominator mod. Slightly bigger capacity, slightly bigger working width, and probably going to make a profit by doing that. Got a couple of John Deeres. You have the 4755 and a 7810, sorry. Nice size tractors. Your pieces of equipment. You've got your seeders. You've got a little cultivator. Weights. I'm not sure where the header is for the harvester. It's got to be around somewhere, surely. Oh, there it is. On a trailer. Does it need to be on a trailer? It's so small, the trailer's kind of pointless. The whole thing would fit in that shed. But there we go. We'll jump in the cab. We'll zoom out a little. Turn on the map here. We're going to drive down to the left here. And we're going to go see the other part of the farm that you own. which is just in here. So here you have your trailer. Again, pretty much a bog standard trailer you start off with these days. And then you have the Massey Ferguson. Now this, as a starting tractor, let me get around that post. Brilliant, love it. It is. I think most of you have seen my videos and heard me rave about them already. But yeah, it's my favourite tractor, the old Masseys, especially the older looking ones. But yeah, if you go modern, it's Kloss. You go the old, it's Massey. Only on new farmer mode do you start with the silo and this random building. It's only on new farmer mode you start with a silo. Has nothing in it yet, but there it is. I'll have another quick look at the map. We'll do it this way rather than having to keep stopping and starting. What we'll do is we'll turn around and we'll go up to field 4, 3, 2 and 1 just to get a good basis. We'll then come back down that side, jump across the bridge and go for a little ride around the river edge. We're not overly particular in seeing everything. It's just a brief little tour to give you an idea what the map looks like. Because, say, when it comes to the shops, etc., the sell points, the productions, I wouldn't worry about them too much. They're, you know, you could place them. Do you know what I mean? You can find an area and place them down. It's not a problem. So here we are at field 4. We can come off road for this. As I say, it's not big. I'd say from where it is to this point, from where we can see to this point, it's about as big as the Elm Creek startup farm. So it's 3 times, I'd say 3 times as long. That's pretty much how you want to put it. That's all the map. All the fields are sort of the biggest ones are about that. So nothing major, nothing large. They are what they are. You can get enough what you can off them. It goes past field 3. None of them are quite square, but you will get away with using the. You see the mountain, or the mountainous region, if you like, the hilly area. And there's field 1. We're going to come down here for a second, just so you can have a good gander at the forestry. See, the forestry goes right up into hills. Very, very steep. So, I mean, it looks like it makes it almost impossible to extend any of the fields. I'm going to keep going up for a minute. Let's see, it just keeps going up, 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 up. Even when you think it's flattening out, you can see it goes back up again. But if we stand here to the edge, there you go, you can see fields all the way down there. You would have to clear a lot of forestry and flatten a lot. I mean, this would be astronomical to flatten down. So I mean, that alone is, you know, it's going to deter some people from playing on this particular map. That being said, it's got a lot of things going for it. The looks are brilliant. The fact that you have floating boats and floating logs just randomly floating down the river, I think looks awesome. It does. I'm holding this vehicle. River textures, they look brilliant. I mean, I think the edges of the map could possibly do with a bit of improvement, rather than just drop it off into a perfectly flat-lined ocean style. My driving, something's wrong with my driving today. Very glitchy. I think we might have a few freight trains going past the house. It's really affecting the internet. Getting a bit of lag, but there we go. It is what it is. So you've got some more fields up there, as you can see. Should really turn the traffic off for when you do these drive-throughs like this, because you don't really pay attention to the road, you're paying attention to everything around it, you know. So just here off to the right is the fueling station. I mean, you've got it's a big fueling station, that's the size. You got your role-playing scenario you can play out here, plus get your fuel. It's fairly decently designed, and the detail is cool. You know, go around the back here. You've got loads of bits and bobs like. You got your air for your tyres. You know, it's a nice little detail. I mean, I'm guessing this is an American filling station, so not sure what all these bits and bobs do. There we are. We'll jump back in and we'll take a further tour. Do you know what? I've got to be nosy. How detailed is the sign? Welcome to Grayson's gas station car service. ATM inside, open 24 hours. 245 for diesel. I mean, I don't know what that is in America, but if that was pounds, 245, that's astronomical. I mean, obviously we work in litres, and at the moment we're going for a massive price increase here in the UK, but not over £2. Cool. I think they would bankrupt me. We've got some. See, you can delete your house and put your sleep trigger around a little property like this. There's nothing stopping you doing that. You can do that, and there are some land like here where you can possibly be placing some productions, or hell, if you want to, cut the trees down that are on the flat surface, and you've got yet another farmland or field. And that goes for a lot of little spots around the map. There's a nice little flat bit of grass area. I mean, you can almost see that it's made that way, that you could turn that into a field. Obviously there are parts that you can't. I think it's got to be a turn in here somewhere. Here's the shop and the dealership, if you like. Oh, I hit a water hydrant. There we go. Jump out. So here's the shop. I don't know if these open or not. Nope. Can you go in the shop? No. But I'm guessing somewhere around here will be the trigger. Can't get in the shop. Okay. So yeah, that's the shop. All your bits and pieces of equipment and your respawn point for anything resetted is in here. This will be your workshop trigger. There. Quite a large area, so I mean in theory you should be able to get quite a bit of equipment in one go if that's how you like to do it. If you like to just get a load of money and then buy all your big equipment in one go, you could probably do that there. Here we go, we have is that a fire department? So yeah, fire department here. Is it just... is it blank in there? Yes. Oh, that's a shame. You'd have thought if they're going to allow you to see through... yeah, just some weeds in there. I think that's the only criticism I have for some of the modders slash map makers. When they put buildings down, they're not all... Oxygen David, Alien Jim, this wouldn't happen. If they did this, you could see through something there to see. I think that's kind of the point I was getting to. can see my driving's not the greatest. I also really don't like these the trucks you get with the game. TLX is so much better for handling. So yeah, you got some more little bits. You got a little caravan or trailer house there. Just going up one side. There is one area in particular I will take you before we finish. This field is rather peculiar. As you can see, it just starts here. And it runs up and gets a little bit larger. But not by much. And then it ends abruptly before the next one starts. It is a bizarre one. You've also got this abandoned barn right at the end here. If any of you follow any YouTubers, I'm pretty certain Spencer TV and Garrett did a video of this little area. Sort of play barn find. And we are stuck in the mud. There we go, we're free. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That dropped at some point earlier today. So it just runs out into the field. But what we want is, I think it's up there. You can see it just at the top of the hill amongst the trees. If you missed it, I do apologise, but we are going to try and go up there if we can. I'll take the truck. Try and keep a straight and true path with a little bit of wiggle. Crash. No, we're not. We're doing alright. Oh, there we go. As soon as I said we're doing alright. Now we're going to get up there. Oh, bluebells. There we go. Told you we'd get up there. I wasn't worried that I completely missed where I was going. So yeah, we'll just have a quick walk up there. This chance I get. Like this. How do people walk up these things without getting stuck? So you can go up one bit, it takes so long to turn round. Sometimes I do understand why people like doing time lapses. I'll tell you the reason I don't like time lapses at all. Is I watch a time lapse for more than about 30 seconds, I want to throw up. I've not been very good with roundabouts all my life, and that's exactly the same feeling I get when I watch a time lapse. It's just, I think it's too much for my eyes to take. Anyway, we've reached the top. Come on, let me up. Why won't you let me up? There we go, right. So we've reached the top. This is the top. Beautiful view. There you can see the rivers and that bit down in the distance. Trees all the way around. It looks like a beautiful farm valley down there. And even over in that side you can see some fields. Huge fields there. Not so much there. You can't really see too much there. You can see some fields maybe over in the distance there. And I have no idea what that is over there. Maybe a seating area in the wood. There's a trail goes off that way. So there you go. And then back to the front. I wonder if you can jump off there, no? No. This map also has unique, I believe they're unique, collections or collectors, things. Chainsaws, I believe. Bungee! Yep, it didn't work. Bungee cord snapped, somehow I survived. I am invincible! Oh, there we are. We are not going to follow the road. Made it up for no problem. We're going to make it down with no problem, he says, panicking as he tries to weave in and out of trees that are fast approaching him. Straight at this point, just worried about not hitting a tree. If I can get all the way down without hitting one, Ah. See, every time I say that, something happens. I can see daylight at the end of it. There we go. We're going to go drive into the river and see what happens. Oh, that was pretty cool. Just about to make out the truck there. There we go. We're right above the truck. Now, if anyone doesn't know why I did that, is anyone? I shall tell you. On some maps, and not all of them, not all of them at all, but on some maps, the water isn't. How can I say it? It hasn't got a collision. Yeah, there's no collision, so therefore there's no depth because it's not got the properties of water. So in theory, I will go and I would fall straight through, and you can walk down the bottom and up again. I don't know why that is. Hang on, that rock's not got a collision either, is it? That's weird. Okay, avoid big rocks. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's a choice by the maker of the map. But yeah, so this is the only one I'm going to show you. But for example, these here are the collector's item thingies. There you go. You get a custom bit of music to go with it when you collect one. I think they're all 1,000. There's 20 or 15 of those, and then there's also 100 of the little animal figures as well, dotted around. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the map. So it's a very pretty map. It is focused on the logging. But, as I say, if you've got a few friends or a community of people that play together, some are farmers, some are this. This is kind of a brilliant standard map. You've got farmland to start off with, you've got room to expand, and in the right areas, if you build the farm in the right areas, the loggers cut the logs, create the money for you to convert the land into arable fields. So, you know, it's a good communal standard one. Well, that's all we've got time for on this little mini map tour of Chainsaw Valley. It would be nice if we on console could get bigger maps, i.e. the 4X maps. That is a debate we could have all day long, but I'll state my opinion right now. Next gen console. Now apparently we can do all this fantastic stuff, yeah? Double the amount of slots, although it has been trimmed slightly after the new update, but double the amount of slots than you can get on the old gen. Our graphic cards are better, our hard drives, etc, etc. Basically we have a mini PC that has got all the power of an older PC, if you like. One that would have run Farm Sim 19 no problem. My point is, we have this power. We can buy expansion, memory expansions or hard drives that plug into the back for about 30 quid. Yeah? So why can't we have a bigger map? If it's about the data being used, the megabyte speed, etc. at the time when you're playing it, you've got rendering. You know, you have that rendering on, so you can't see past a certain distance. That limits what you use when it comes to your memory. So therefore bigger maps shouldn't really be much of an issue. And as for the maximum amount of stuff you can store from, why? When we've got external storage, why have we got a maximum? You know, that's the whole basis with PCs. They have all this storage on board on their PC. So giants don't limit them to a certain amount of data. Why are we limited? If we can add more storage, why are we not? Why are we limited? Yes, I understand that some people cannot afford storage devices, etc. But the option would always be there for them to do that. That's my point. So I think it would help if someone from Giants would actually come out to the community and said that these are the reasons why, and there is no work around this particular reason or that particular reason. It's the same with auto-load. Auto-loading pallets. It works on PC because it's scripted. The misconception is PlayStation and Xbox can't have scripts. It's a misconception. We can have scripts. Even bale loading is scripted. It's about the type of script you use and the amount of coding used in order for the particular thing to work. Then it has to also be signed off by the manufacturer, i.e. Sony, Microsoft. And again, the same with why I have a Ford truck, those sort of things. Again, that's a license thing. PC users download them because they're not going to worry about license. They're not on Hub. Giants worry about copyrights and whatnot else. It's third party. The stuff that comes from console comes through the mod hub. When it comes through the mod hub, it cannot be licensed. It cannot be a that is not licensed under a license via Giants. Example, Ford trucks. Giants would have to negotiate a deal with Ford where Ford will get, an X amount of money or a slice of the cake, if you like, in order for them to use that brand. People don't just give these things away. They're not going to give you a brand away. You're going to say, oh yeah, my name is Bob Frank Junior Super Weight Middleweight Boxer, but you can call yourself if you like. They're not going to do that. They're going to go, you're calling yourself da 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 da, and that's mine, and I've copyrighted that. So now I'm going to take you to court and sue you. That is the gist of it. So yeah, it's it can be a bit frustrating being a console user, but if you think back, 17, then 19, now 22, every time it improves for us and gets much better. I remember playing 19 on No Man's Land, trying to create a build like I have done on 22, and I create more than a farm in a very, very small town. And even then, everything that I was using had to be the same. All the tractors had to be the same, so that the second tractor was just one slot, and so on and so forth. On this one, I haven't even got my slot count, and I'm still only about 2,000-3,000 at most into the slot counts, and yet I've got I think 7 or 8 actual farms plus extra little tiny placeable type things, plus a town, plus all the animals, plus garages and showrooms and houses and villages, and yeah, so I didn't really particularly like the fact that they've cut our slots back again. But even at 4,000, because they don't start bringing out mods constantly that are the sort of 80, 90 slot count, we should be alright. As for the production change, yes, I know it can be very frustrating to use forklifts, etc., because they're not the greatest of builds to do those things with. Auto load will come, and the production changes are brilliant when you think about what sort of aspect they add to the game. But enough waffling, because I do it every time. It's been almost 30 minutes. I will see you tonight at midnight for the Calmsden Farm continuation. Until then, it's Matty G, and as always, you can pop your suggestions down on our Twitch page. Visit us on YouTube. We are on Facebook, and you can even message us on there as well. So take care and have a nice afternoon.